Hello and welcome to my channel for news about Young and the Restless Update 24. Please follow and subscribe for more information. Let's begin. Young and the Restless has Victor Newman, Eric Braden, engaged in criminal acts using the stolen AI program. And now some of his targets want to take him down. They want to have him prosecuted for these cyber crimes. And you know what? It might actually work. We're going to talk about how using the AI program that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, stole and gave to him could see Victor headed to prison. Young and the Restless, Jack and Diane form their plans. This week, we've got Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, trying to figure out how to protect Jabot from Victor attacking them with the AI. At the same time that's going on, Phyllis has been cornered. And there's a dangling chance at a future if Phyllis will come clean about stealing it. So, Jack's planning to shut down the Jabot computer servers until they can protect themselves from the AI threat. But Diane and the other Abbotts are worrying. This could wreck Jabot for good. But if Victor launches the AI against them, that would also wreck Jabot. So either scenario is high risk. The Abbotts' desperate plan to expose Victor's high-tech crimes on Young and the Restless. Diane tells Jack, you know what? You focus on a plan of defense. How to protect Jabot, work with the tech team, do all that. Meanwhile, Diane is going to go look for proof. She has to prove that Victor is engaged in cyber crimes by using this illegal AI program to hack into their company. Now, he's not done it yet. But Jack and Diane have to do something. And they have to do it fast. They want to know that they did everything in their power to save John Abbott's, Jerry Douglas, legacy from Victor. Right now, Diane is very intent on seeing Victor held criminally liable. And it looks like Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, is going to try and help her get that proof. And we all know he wants payback on Victor on Young and the Restless. So, later we had Diane and Jack running into Victor. And then Diane asks Victor, do you realize what you're doing is illegal and you could go to jail? And of course, he just laughs right in Diane's face. And Victor says, the accusations are baseless. But Diane is on a mission to prove it. Because it is 100% illegal. She is pursuing this legal criminal route, looking for evidence. And I do suspect it may not be long before Victor's other enemies get on board with Diane and Jack. And Victor might really be facing some jail time soon. So, Jack and Diane have their plans mapped out. Jack's going to protect Jabot. Diane hunts down proof to bring Victor to justice. I'm wondering if others may want in on Diane's legal plan and they offer to help. Obviously, Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, hates Victor and he knows that the guy's coming for Abbott.com. We know that Phyllis hates Victor for the Marco Anicelli, also Peter Bergman, thing and a lot of ugliness over the years. Plus, there is hate for him for about to destroy Arabesque, and he won't let up even after a surrender. All the other Abbotts hate the guy. And let's be real, Victor is doing something blatantly illegal. So, we could see that Diane, Jack, and others may team up and they all work together towards the common goal of stopping Victor and making him pay for what he's done. An ultimatum on Young and the Restless. Can a shocking confession from Phyllis be the key? While Diane and Jack are working against Victor, we think that there is probably a plan of its own in motion. So, this week, there is an attempt to get Phyllis to admit she stole the AI software and gave it to Victor in exchange for Jabot. And a very good argument is being made to start a new venture with Phyllis and build something with her personally and professionally. But it is said if Phyllis wants to be with him and build this future together, they have to start from a point of honesty. So it is said that Phyllis won't be punished for stealing the AI if she just admits it. At first, she's trying to keep lying. But when push comes to shove and Phyllis sees that she's about to lose her shot, it looks like Phyllis is finally going to come clean. The thing is, even if she confesses, there's a question of whether or not charges can be pressed on Phyllis for stealing the illegal program. We'll see. Maybe Phyllis is being recorded to get her confession and then with proof, the police or the FBI could be contacted, set up some kind of immunity deals. And that way they can work with law enforcement to bust Victor in the act. The AI was never used, so prosecution should be avoided. It could be said that the AI was developed and then once it was realized what it could do, it was decided not to do it. Phyllis is the first chain in the criminal actions cause she stole the program. But she might be able to get immunity if she testifies that after she stole the dodgy AI program, she gave it to Victor and she knows he launched it against Arabesque and that he's planning on launching it against Jabot and Abbotcom. Phyllis knows this from Victor. She could even wear a wire and record him saying stuff, you know. They could go to the Genoa City Police. They've probably got a cyber unit or the FBI Cyber Division or the National Cyber Investigative Joint Task Force is a big thing. So law enforcement could actually be allowed into the Arabesque servers and they might be able to trace the AI back to Victor, or they could even plant some sort of defensive program into the Abbotcom or the Jabot servers. So when Victor launches his next AI attack, the feds could trace it back and nail him. That would be concrete proof, and it would be hard for Michael Baldwin, Christian Jules LeBlanc, to dig Victor out of that mess. Viewer outrage, fans demand justice for Victor's unending winning streak on Yandar. Here's what I see on Soap social media and what I read here in the comments. People are sick and tired of writer Josh Griffith always letting Victor win. He gets away with everything. He's been running amok for way too long. Plus, Victor's whole vendetta against Jack when all he did was save Nikki Newman's, Melody Thomas Scott, life is honestly absolutely disgusting. Victor should have thanked Jack for risking his own life and his own sobriety to save Nikki, not be punishing him for it. And Nikki keeps enabling Victor and excusing his antics. Nikki knows that Victor's breaking the law using that AI. And so does Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, and anybody else in the family who knows that Victor is wielding this weapon. But they just keep cheering Victor on by saying that he deserves it. I mean, if he deserves it, then so does Victor. Maybe, just maybe, between Jack and Diane and Phyllis, if they all work together and, put their differences aside, they can conspire and get the proof they need on Victor and not only thwart him, but they can save all of their companies and they can see the mustache knock down a few pegs. It would be refreshing if Josh Griffith actually wrote a plot where Victor didn't do these awful things and still get to win in the end. He does need to be brought to justice. He does need some sort of accountability. And he needs to be taken down a notch. But we'll see if it plays out that way or if Josh Griffith is doing more lazy writing and Victor gets away with all of it.